Our next guest is Kitty, and she's about 2 years old, and she is really trying to make herself stand out among the crowd. We have a lot of cats on the adoption floor right now, a lot of kittens, and she's really been working it lately, coming up to the front of her cage, meowing, hanging off her hammock in funny ways, just bringing a lot of attention to herself. But unfortunately, all of her work hasn't really landed her any adoption applications, so we thought we would give her a little bit of assistance and put her on the show today, and maybe one of our viewers will find that she's just the cat that they've been looking for. Again, she's 2 years old. She's a beautiful brown tabby. She was brought to the shelter because they say that she's aggressive with other animals. So they didn't say specifically what other animals they were talking about. They didn't say if it was a cat or a dog. They did say that she gets along with small animals, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. But she'd only lived with them for 2 months. So depending on the animals and their personalities, it can take them up to a year or longer to feel comfortable in their home. So we ask that you give them at least 90 days, which is a period of about 3 months to get along. But again, it can take longer. Just because she didn't get along with these animals in this home doesn't mean that she's not suitable for a home with other animals, but it is something that you want to consider before taking her on so that she doesn't end up back here. Animals have different personalities just like we do, and sometimes they don't mesh well with the personalities of the other animals in the home. I personally have 4 cats at home, and none of them are really best friends, but they all kind of coexist, and that's perfectly fine. That's a successful integration of a new pet as long as they're not hurting one another. So I wouldn't necessarily let this deter you, but it is something that you want to think about if you do have other animals in your home. It says here that she's shy and nervous, afraid of loud noises, and that is something that we have seen when she first came into the shelter, but as she's gotten comfortable living here, she's definitely opened up a lot, especially in the last week or two. She's showing that she's definitely a lap cat. She has a playful side. She definitely has a silly side. She is constantly hanging off the top of her hammock in funny ways with just her head hanging off the bottom there. So she definitely has a sweet personality. It just takes a little time for her to develop that comfort level where she wants to showcase what a true gem that she is.